Three.
Hi, this is Bob Mcilvaine, and I'm going to talk to you for half an hour or so about the Air, Water, and Energy Most Profitable Market Program. There's a $10 trillion air, water, energy market. It's an aggregation of 1 million niche markets. The most profitable market, which we call MPM, is achieved by selecting those niches which are most appropriate or obviously profitable. The size and requirement for success in each niche are determined by relevant facts multiplied by the appropriate factors. The more shared facts and factors across products, the higher the potential EBITDA. A niche network of facts and factors can be continually updated to provide revenues and other estimates used for the forecasts and value propositions. Other estimates used for the forecasts and value propositions include reliable forecasts that can become the foundation of management strategy, as well as the local sales quotas. Mcilvaine has been supplying forecasts and niche knowledge since 1974 and can support any or all niche programs. And this is actually information that's we've been gathering cumulatively, and with decades to do it, we've improved the quality and obviously the quantity, and of course have updated the information. So there are thousands of products and thousands of applications in 258 localities. There are thousands of products, and again, we said the 258 geographical locations. What makes accurate analysis affordable is that an understanding of each application, niche, and geographical entity is transferable from product to product in a niche network. So you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. It is also what makes it desirable to work with a company such as Mcilvaine, who has been doing this since 1974. For example, all the new developments around hydrogen impact oil and gas midstream, but also power. So take the example on the right here of a valve. You're dealing with a leakage challenge in the power industry when you're moving hydrogen, that you have the same challenge with oil and gas, and you can leverage that knowledge from one application to another. So the starting point is TAM. A total available market forecast leads you to the niches bearing further investigation. The serviceable available market forecasts quantify these niche opportunities. The serviceable obtainable market forecasts assess the achievable revenues given the competition and other forecasts. So obviously you don't live in a non-competitive environment. The most profitable market forecasts include only those revenues for which validation plan can be created to assure significant market share. In other words, you got to convince the customer. And if you don't have a plan to convince the customer, it's not going to be a profitable market. The present revenue projections can be used to assign sales targets for each sales territory, and the future forecast should be the foundation of the management strategy. So facts times factors equals forecasts. So the relevant facts in the relevant factors. And there's a way to divide the facts into production, regulation, demand. Annual reports are factual in the extent that companies are putting out this data. You've got business developments and other types of developments. The previous forecasts, in a way, are facts themselves. and you have competition where there are all sorts of facts available. But then you've got to multiply them by all these factors. There's product factors and process factors, geographic, dividing all these markets by geographies needed for your salespeople, chronological 10-year forecast based on historical as well, economic, political, company specific. And again, we've been through these forecasts. You usually, a lot of the forecasts are total available market. You've got to get all the way down to most profitable market before you can actually have an actionable revenue number. So let's move on to the products. There are many thousands of products used to heat, transport, or measure air, gases, water, and liquids, and products of combustion too, of course. Classification has been created to facilitate the networking. For example, the many valves types are further segmented by service. Categories are severe, critical, general, and unique. There can be more facts and factors common to a ball and butterfly valve in severe service than there is between a ball valve for general and one for severe service. So the segmentation by service is important. Automation can be divided into guide, control, and measure. In general, products are divided into the segments reflective of the supplier offerings. Another distinction is between discrete and process. Some large suppliers of AWE products are the automotive industry, and these are discrete products that are not, and the suppliers are really not often participating in the process applications. So here's the product categories, and there are many of them, but we kind of generalized the main categories. So you've got air and gas movement, which include fans, blowers, and compressors. You got air pollution control, fabric filters, precipitators, scrubbers, adsorbers, absorbers, thermal treatment with catalytic or non-catalytic processes. You've got automation with guide, software, controls, and analyzers. You've got components from seals, linings, drives, the housings or vessels, and then various materials of construction. Filtration includes, this would be the liquid side of filtration, would be membranes, cartridges, filter presses, drum filters, screens, and strainers. Heat transfer includes everything from cooling towers to liquid and gas heat exchangers. Hose and couplings are two of the components, along with fittings, pipe, and ducting. Pumps include centrifugal, reciprocating, 7 types of rotary pumps, and other types as well. Solid liquid would include evaporators, dryers, and mixers. Separation includes centrifuges, clarifiers, cyclones, and thickeners. Treatment chemicals would include the water treatment chemicals, but also the products of reaction. These are products that are actually sold like wallboard. The largest supplier of wallboard gypsum is actually power plants, and they use lime as the reactant with the sulfur gases. And valves, there's a number of different types of valves, but the main division is between control and isolation, and between liquids and gases. And then again, there's 8 types of valves that we actually use in our segmentation. Let's move on to applications. So you've got a number in the chemical industry, starting with inorganic versus organic, and then many subcategories. Electronics, semiconductor, flat panel, nanotechnology, and others. There are many segments of the food industry, and we've even, because of the significant differences in the processes, divided sugar into cane and beet sugar. Oil and gas includes upstream and midstream. Equally important is the source. If it's shale or subsea, you've got completely unique processes. And refining has various different products and processes. Petrochemicals is another aspect. Pharmaceuticals or biological is growing compared to non-biological, and divided into many segments like cell and gene therapy, etc. Pulp and paper, you've got pulp mills, paper mills, and recycling plants. Iron and steel includes basic oxygen, direct reduction, electric furnaces, foundries, and various other types of manufacturing using metals. Municipal wastewater includes primary treatment, secondary treatment, and water reuse. Municipal water itself can be from various different sources, including desalination. And we mentioned discrete before, but you may have a machine that would be lubricated with oil that might be cooled by oil. A semiconductor plant would be washing chips at each machine with ultra pure water. And then you have mobile applications. In the automotive, your car is going to have all sorts of air and water types of products. And then other manufacturing, you range from anything from furniture to textiles to all sorts of TV sets or whatever. The applications have many different subsegments, but also lots of relationship. So one relates to the other. Gas turbines require lots of AWE products. So Mcilvaine has knowledge networks on a number of these areas. One is gas turbines, and which the niche facts and factors can be derived. So the power is divided into solid fuels, combustion, biomass, hydropower, wind, solar, nuclear, and also be leveraged to create niche networks. One technology competes with another with the ability to fire hydrogen and eliminate CO2. The gas turbine market is likely to remain relatively robust compared to solar and wind, which are making inroads, but will not make them at the same rate with some of these other new technologies. So let's get into the geographic niches. This is important for general management, but also right down to the local sales level. And there are 258 sub-niches and niches. So China is divided into 28 provinces. The US is divided into 9 regions and 50 states. Countries are also aggregated into sub-regions. And in a small market, all the country and sub-niches in a sub-region may need to be aggregated to constitute an APM niche. In other words, you're going to have Monaco. It's got to be aggregated with some other countries in order to be a meaningful market. A detailed analysis results in forecasts for the next year for each salesman, plus longer range forecasts for top management. The graph shows the market for clean room isolators in cell and gene therapy in California, since California represents a larger market for these isolators than all but a few countries. It is very desirable to have these state-by-state analyses. Here what we're showing here is the aggregation of sub niches to give a quota for a particular salesman or for a regional manager. And what you see here is an example that there's 6 sub niches by state and product that apply for the local California salesman, but also for the regional manager. Although the regional manager would be working with more sub niches than would be the local salesman. And what the output of some of our analyses geographically is these local sales forecasts. And here's an example, for instance, of just the Pacific region for the pharmaceutical industry. And you could say that 14% of the U.S. market share is in this Pacific region, and the growth is going to be pretty substantial, and that will be the equivalent of 19% of the 2022 number, almost 20% by 2027. What's also interesting is that it represents 4% of the world total, so that this Pacific region isn't more important than all but a few countries. Now here's the MPM program. One factor pharmaceutical market percent by state, or lithium mining by country. So we can offer you just analysis of one factor. We can offer one niche, like turbine bypass valves or rotary blowers for aeration. One product, such as peristaltic pumps for all applications, particulate scrubbers for all applications. All products, the entire product range of a company, or a full MPM program with continuous leveraging of facts and factors for forecasts used as the basis of the management strategy and sales quotas. The MPM program can be introduced one niche at a time, or for all niches. The project can be entirely executed with a consulting contract, or in a combination with standard reports. Those standard reports include, we have an umbrella report called NO64 with an overview of all these markets, and then we actually individual reports on a number of these areas, such as fabric filters, scrubbers, FGD, NOx, IoT, liquid filtration, centrifuges, pumps, valves, clean rooms, membranes, clarifiers. So these reports come with their own sets of Excel spreadsheets for every country of the world, every industry, broken up by a number of products. There are also, in many cases, newsletters with them and various different monthly updates. And then we have focused reports on sub-segments. Many of those might be just a one-time report, but BECCS or PFA line pumps, or filtration and lithium mining would be another example, or beet or cane sugar. Industry segmentation by country, the percentage AWE market by country through 2027 for all power or just coal or nuclear, all mining or just copper. And then you have industry segmentation by state, which also can be done by country. And if you just want the mining production for each type of ore in each country, we can provide that without having to buy one of our standard reports. So these are all options that are available. So everything from a very small study, such as we just talked about here, to a complete program is available. And there are details on our website, but I certainly would welcome the opportunity to talk to you personally, and you can get a hold of me as shown here. So I'd like to thank you very much for spending the the time this afternoon and welcome phone calls or emails. And this is Bob Mcilvaine signing off.